So this was a scripture about people walking with Jesus, Jesus being very present, and then all of a sudden being very aware of Jesus and also God's message. So right now we're going to go into a time where we're going to share just our thoughts about life as it's been, but also how it might relate to our scripture today. And if it's okay with everyone, we're going to start recording so that we can share this with the congregation. So I just wanted to give you a heads up with that. So we have rocks that we carry and rocks of hope that we might share. And if we think about rocks that might be burdensome, really heavy, has anyone tried to pick up a boulder that was way too heavy for them? You're all strong. Okay, that's great. I'm wondering what you think are some of the rocks that the guys on the road from Emmaus were carrying. And I mean that kind of figuratively. In other words, what were kind of the burdens or the thorns that they were carrying as they walked from Jerusalem to Emmaus? How might they be feeling about Jesus being dead?
They might be feeling worried, and sad that everything will be going wrong after he has died.
Thank you. And I think I see Annabelle behind us. What do you think, Annabelle?
I think they feel like they can't do anything without Jesus's help.
Right, absolutely.
They're afraid to do something because I think Jesus does everything for them.
They might have to do it alone. Okay, thank you for sharing that. That would be a very big rock, heavy rock to carry. Raleigh, do you have a thought about what they might be carrying that might be heavy or how they might be feeling?
I don't really know.
Okay, that's fair. Ollie, you have got an idea? Go for it.
They might be sad and scared and maybe a bit lost.
Lost. Can you say a little bit more about that idea, being lost?
They're lost because they don't have any ideas of what to do.
Yeah. A lot of the people that were following Jesus had given up their jobs and left their families, and so they could definitely be feeling lost. So I want to know how about us in this group. How do we react in the unknown? Ollie was talking about people being lost, or the guys being lost. And so Hazen, you've got an idea for this.
Maybe being lost is you're lost in your thoughts, what if this, what if that? Maybe this happened to him. They're just sad and scared, what happened and stuff.
Yeah, so it could all just be swirling around in their brain, lost in their thoughts. Yeah. How else do you react when you don't know, the plan or what might happen or just what's going on?
I react by questioning what is happening, saying what ifs, what if this goes wrong, or do you think we should be doing this, and questioning that idea.
A lot of what ifs. Anyone else have a way that they react to the unknown when it feels maybe scary or more like a thorn?
All messed up.
I react It has jaw, like it could like hurt you.
Okay. So you don't know how it might hurt you in the future. And Hazen, what was your response going to be?
I would like get mad and stomp around like what's happening, and then I would like sit down and then I would start crying and then do it all over again.
Yeah, so all of these emotions going back and forth. Yeah, that's completely fair. Well, I know that all of us have had different and maybe some same experiences while we've been home. You've talked about ways that you have been doing online school, and that's maybe more of a bummer than it's awesome. You've been missing your friends and things like that. What are some of the things that you had to let go of, or another word would be sacrifice, during this time when you had to be at home? What were some of the things you had to let go of? And when you think about that, to let go of for the good of everyone else, maybe the good of your family or for the good of your friends or your school or your community. I see Ollie, go for it.
One thing that I had to give up was my play in sports.
Yes. Hazen?
I had to give up like my dance class, not piano because I just had a lesson like 2 hours ago.
Awesome. Yeah, but you had to give up dance, being together with other people so everyone would stay healthy, and you too, Ollie. Yeah. Raleigh, I'm going to put you on the spot real fast. Is there anything that's different about how you are interacting in your family? Like, are there things that you have to do differently so that everyone stays happy in your house?
No, not really.
You guys are just always happy. That's great.
Terrible. That's the problem.
Don't get to go do Sunday dinners with that and Papa, right?
Oh, yeah, Sunday dinners.
Oh, you do Sunday dinners with your grandparents and you have to give that up for safety. Got it. Yeah, that is hard.
I've had to give up not seeing my parents for a whole month.
Right, because you were seeing other grandparents, so not seeing parents, that's hard.
I was visiting my grandparents who got COVID while we were there, so we had to stay another 2 weeks.
Right.
Weeks. We had to stay there for 3 weeks.
So just giving up your routine of being with people that you know really well, that's a big sacrifice. And we kind of talked about this at the beginning too, but are there things in this time that you have missed? Ollie?
I miss camping with my friends and family, and I also miss my grandma and grandpa.
Yeah, absolutely. Jason, go ahead.
I miss like hanging out with my friends. Like Katie Rose would come to my house a lot, and we would play and stuff. And I miss like going up the street and playing with other friends.
Yeah.
Which we still kind of do, but we take our distance and don't really play. We would talk.
It's different. It's not quite the same. Yeah. The reason I brought all of these rocks up, I don't mean to just make everyone sad, but it's more to remind us that the guys that were walking down the road, they were leaving Jerusalem. They were leaving the place where Jesus was buried. And as many of you mentioned, they might have felt lots of different things: scared, lost, sad, and they were missing the way things had been. They were missing Jesus as their teacher. They were missing the community that they were part of. They were missing feeling like they knew what was going to happen next, or maybe what they were supposed to be doing. And so all of that was kind of pulled away from them. And sometimes we have to make specific choices for the good of everyone. And sometimes it's just kind of pulled out from under us. But the way we, excuse me, we hold our rocks, our heavy rocks, can be the way that we sacrifice too. So, for instance, if our families are, in order for us to be together and be happy together, it might mean that we share what TV channel we're going to watch, or who gets to go outside first, or whatever, like those kind of things. And they might sound really simple, but day after day after day after day, there's sacrifices, and they can feel like rocks that we have to carry. But they are for the good of everyone. So as we move from holding a rock that might just feel heavy and like a burden, something that we want to let go of or throw away, and hold on to something better, I want us to think about changing our rocks, or letting them be transformed a little bit from kind of a plain ordinary rock that we just worry with, to a rock that might bring us a smile or a hope, some possibility. Don't eat this carrot, you will break your teeth. But it does remind us of, oh, what's out there? What could happen? So I want us to imagine Jesus joining the guys on the road to Emmaus. And as he was talking to them, and then they got to their house and he broke bread, all of a sudden they started to understand who Jesus was and to understand what Jesus was saying. So I'm wondering how you see what Jesus did, how he changed those heavy rocks, whether it was the emotions, the feelings, or the thoughts that the guys had, how he changed those heavy rocks into something that was hopeful and gave those guys some light. That's kind of a big question, but any ideas? How did he change their attitudes or their emotions?
By sharing and showing love.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe for like by giving other people something like that they need, and they don't just want, the other people want.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
Those are great answers, Hazen, because they remind me of two things. One is that everyone needed to eat, right? So he gave them something to eat, but he also gave them something that they really wanted, which was they wanted their friend back. They wanted some assurance. They wanted some idea that this person that they loved so much wasn't gone forever. And so by those simple acts of breaking bread and telling stories and sharing love, like Katie Rose said, Jesus was able to give them what they really needed in their hearts. Any other thoughts about how Jesus might have changed those heavy rocks?
Annabelle wanted to talk.
Yes, Annabelle.
What did you say like 2 minutes ago? Like, what did you miss?
Yeah, do you want to add one more thing to what we missed?
Like, one time when there was school, I had a ear infection, like a double ear infection, and I had to stay home because I was sick. And do you know what I missed at school?
Tell me.
The Valentine's Day party and the 100th day of school.
Oh my goodness, those are two big things that you missed, big parties.
And I really love them because before like every grade in kindergarten and kindergarten and first grade, I did not miss the parties, but in second grade, I missed 2 parties.
Oh my goodness. Well, that kind of goes back to what Hazen was saying. How did Jesus change a heavy rock into a light one? He helped bring a party to their house with a little bit of food and a reminder that that party that we celebrated with communion. So that was a kind of a party that they did together. So I'm going to ask the same question I already asked, but this time I want you to think about it in the way that we might be excited. So how do we react to the unknown? So it might be something that you're looking forward to, or, like the buds that we talked about, or the unknown, but the possibilities of the unknown. How would you react to the unknown in a positive way?
I react by like thinking about it, like what we would be able to do and stuff, and then I would get really, really excited, and then I just keep on doing that, and then once I'm already excited enough, I do it, and then I go back to normal.
Nice. That's great. Thanks, Hazen.
How would you react?
I would react of a surprise, and whenever I know a surprise or I see a surprise, I make this face, and I like screech.
And you screech? That's great, Annabelle. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else react to unknown in a positive way?
Me.
You do, Katie Rose?
I react by like getting really excited about it and then not being able to sleep because I'm thinking too hard of what it's going to be.
Yeah, that's a great way. You know that you really love something if you lose sleep over it, right? That's great. Well, so sometimes when we are able to change our heavy rocks into ones that are light and full of joy, we can actually share them, and not just like dump them on other people like, oh, this is so heavy, but instead be like, oh, hey, you want to have some of this? Just like Jesus has said, hey, have some of this fish, have some of this bread. So how do we share our gladness, our thanks, or gratitude, our joy, or our love? Or let me ask it this way. How have you shown and shared those things this week while you've been at home? Because it might be a little bit different these days than it is when we're not just at home.
I've been painting rocks and putting them around town.
Nice. Excellent. Ollie.
During Easter, we Easter eggs and hit them around the house.
Fun. That's great. I'm going to invite the adults to chime in if you have any thoughts about how you've been sharing your gladness or joy or love. Nilda.
So I have been making it a more conscious choice, making a more conscious choice to be in touch with people sometimes, just to check in on them, mostly on the phone, just to, since we can't meet up, just to see how people are doing and to have conversations with people and just checking in with people.
Thank you.
I would say we've been doing the same. We've been doing a lot of Zoom calls with people we haven't seen in many, many years, many friends and relatives. We did a Zoom call with my grandma who's 93, and that was really fun to see her react to the technology. And also I've been reading a lot of books which brings me a lot of joy. So
Thanks, Kendra.
I've been reading books on making videos of myself reading books and sending them for Gavin to have books with. And I'm told he really likes that. And I've been letting the neighbor across the street raid my refrigerator when he needs to.
Everyone appreciates that. Yes, thank you.
I have been doing a lot more baking at home, which brings both me and my family joy. And I have been very excited to share in the Facebook posts from Julie and Mac sharing their wonderful music with us all.
Hazen.
I'm happy that we've been like baking cookies, and I've been learning to make eggs and toast and all that, and it's been really fun.
Eggs and toast. So we're gonna come over to your house for brunch, it sounds like.
yeah, she's getting good.
Awesome. Any other places that you've seen love happen this week? Something loving this week?
I have.
Yeah, Katie Rose.
So we moved into a new house, and my grandma has been buying me a lot of decorations for my room.
Awesome. That's sweet that she can share in that new space with you. That's great. Hi, Palmer.
Okay, go ahead.
I love you.
You love us?
No.
Oh, say it again. I didn't hear you, bud.
Is that what you had before? Your banana, the banana?
The banana phone.
A banana phone. Palmer, you and Spencer must be best buds because Spencer loves bananas too. Yep.
Hello?
Hello?
The banana phone.
All right. Hazen.
I've been like at our mailbox and all around the street, people have been painting rocks and saying like keep on keeping on or something like that. And it's really fun. And our neighbor is making like this chain of joy or something.
Yeah.
And we're making chains and we hang them outside in almost the whole street.
How cool. That's great. Well, thanks for considering the ways that we have rocks that feel heavy and that matter, that we need to acknowledge that they can be heavy and hard, but also the ways that really with God's help and with each other's help, even when we're distanced, that those rocks can be changed and they can be stones of hope, rocks of hope that we share and that we can do. So I'm going to stop recording.